And Luke writes in verse 31, he says, suddenly their eyes were opened and they recognized him. And then he disappeared. They said to each other, didn't our hearts burn within us as he talked to us on the road and explained the scriptures to us? We had hoped, now had turned into we see hope. We see hope. And their eyes were opened. And hope is that Jesus' death and resurrection were God's victory over our sin and guilt and over failure and confusion. And hope is the confident promise that there is a good future despite the present circumstances. Hope is Jesus, and that sin and pain and death and problems, anything this world throws at us does not get the last word, because this same Jesus who was crucified did not stay crucified. And that's what they saw in that moment. That's what they saw in that moment. And they were so excited about what had happened that though it was late, they had been before ready to call it a day. Luke writes that within the hour, they were back on their way back to Jerusalem to walk that 7 miles again and to go back and tell their friends. Even then, think about it. They had been through all those emotions and the exhaustion of those days and now and all the confusion, even after finishing a 7-mile hike with Jesus, and now suddenly they have energy for the hike back. Because now they're carrying something different than what they came with. They had something, actually they had someone they desperately wanted to share with others. They are carriers of hope, of true hope. And I know, that's what Jesus calls us to be, carriers of hope. Don't let your heart be troubled. Trust in me. Trust in me.